This is Marissa Lenti, and you are about to watch a Dicejunkies gameplay video.
This is BloodX, and welcome to another Dicejunkies gameplay video. As always, we hope you enjoy it.
Alright then, how's everybody doing? This is Q with Dicejunkies. I know you're used to seeing our boy BloodX here, but we decided we were going to put you up a build video for Fl4k. You probably heard my boy BloodX talking about me playing Fl4k and having several builds, because I am the psycho of the group who spends hours playing around with builds, and we're going to show you what we got here. This right now is a flexible build of Fl4k I have where I can switch between loadouts quickly. So we're going to bring up our menu, and I've been running a face puncher Fl4k. Now for those that are familiar with this build, it did get nerfed a little while back when they went in and knocked the damage of the face puncher down by a painful 40%, but the build still actually works. And the core to the face puncher Fl4k build, other than obviously having a face puncher, is the stack bot. This is a mod from DLC 1, the Handsome Jackpot. A mod that drops all throughout the DLC, but is most available on the Handsome Jackpot boss. So your last boss of the Handsome Jackpot, which is available, we'll show you where he's at here. In the VIP tower, at the end of this run, Mr. Jack is there, or should I say the Jack Mecha, and you are able to get yourself a stack bot from him very frequently. I would say that I receive a stack bot 80 to 90% of the time when playing through on Fl4k. The other key to this build is that what you're doing is you're building up stacks of stack bot bonus, and then you are wielding the face puncher. Normally, when you are using the stack bot, you will get more damage as you score criticals without scoring a non-critical. And in this case, the percentage of damage is 5%. You can get up to 100 stacks, i.e. you can get about a 500% damage bonus. Well, the face puncher is a shotgun that counts as a melee attack. Due to this, it actually does not reset your stacks. But because the face puncher is a unique gun that counts as a melee attack but also as a gun, it gets the bonuses from your stack bot. Now, it doesn't build them. There's always two sides to a coin, which is you won't build critical stacks with it either. Even if you're using fade out, the shots will not build up the bonus. But once you have the bonus, it benefits from it. This, one of the things I have that is, I'll tell you other ways to get your bonuses up, but the best way is to get yourself a nice Torque shotgun. Torque shotguns have two fire modes. One is normal and one is sticky. And the best thing about Torque shotguns is you can get them in times 10, times 12, or if you're super lucky, times 18 like I have here. This is my second one of these. The first one was found for me by BloodX, who could, I swear he could find the Master Sword in the Thundercat show. He can find anything. This man's drop rates are unbelievable. His ability to find the most incredible drops. He has literally found impossible drops. Like one of these days I may show you the video where I show you the gas call grenade I have down there that he found that is literally an impossible grenade. You would think it was modded if you did not know better, but he actually, I was with him when he found it, and he got a unique gas call to drop. But I actually found one of these on my own, so it is possible. I found two of these with times 18. The way that this works with this, and why this is so excellent, and we'll show you the skills in a minute, we're going through the equipment first, is that I put it on sticky.
Unleash hell!
I go into fade out, or if I haven't reset my skills, I don't, so let's act like y'all didn't see that. Well, I'll still show you the uses of it, which if I was in fade out, you'd be able to shoot the enemy, and all of the sticky rounds would land critical. Then when you reload and detonate, you gain more criticals. In the case of a times 18, that is over 54 criticals, which 54 for the first 3 shots of shooting them with the stickies, 54 when I reload, which all of those will be criticals as well, resulting in you getting all 100 stacks. But if you don't have this weapon, there's an alternative. You can always run your fade out with Gorillas in the Mist and just get yourself a rapid fire weapon. Light Show, Monarch, or any really fast-firing weapon can be used to build up your stacks. You throw on Gorillas in the Mist. Let's go ahead and get Fade Out set properly. And you can just take your rapid-fire weapon, shoot the enemy a bunch of times, and get your 100 stacks. We're going to show you now what it looks like when we properly do the stacking up here. That's 3 shots. Everything's criticals, including the detonation. It refills my ability. So now we already know for sure that we have over 100 stacks. Now the Face Puncher's at full damage. So 1 shot on that skull kills it instantly. And the only reason the damage numbers weren't bigger is because it can't do more damage than the enemy has hit points. So, but it's doing millions of points of damage. I like to run a green tree, red tree build. This is because of the Revolter shield. New to the director's cut, this has been what's replaced Urad for many people, allowing them to finally have to not run those deathless, or for a couple of demonic people out there, they're running both. But with how powerful the Pearl is, and in my case, the Cryo Stone Static Charge, it's not worth putting a deathless in. I got a lucky roll here, and I got a double melee damage Cryo Stone Static Charge. One thing you're going to learn about me is I love cryo more than any other element, but any stone static charge is good. The stone modifier makes your melee attacks do 80% of an elemental damage. It comes in all elements, so fire, cryo, shock, acid, radiation are all available. I like cryo because I have the Revolter, which does shock damage for 15 seconds. 200% shock damage when I activate skill, and I have action skill start end here. So I don't need anything for shields. Shields evaporate in my presence. Plus, the other reason is the static charge also does 50% shock damage the suffix. So with this one item, I am tearing up armor, I am tearing up shields, and I'm still doing good health damage. The cryo still does 100% health damage. Plus, with a double melee enhancement, this item is adding way more damage than a Pearl could ever add to my melee attacks and Face Puncher, because it's adding 80, it's adding 77, and it's adding 50. So this is, but you can get static charges over here at the Eden 6. If you teleport to the Floodmire Basin and go to the top of the hill, Naughty Peak, there are some jabbers from the quest where you're going to get the still started up again that literally are right here. Like you teleport to Naughty Hill, you walk out of the door, and, oh no, right here, excuse me, and you can jump right off the ledge. Like you walk out the front door, you go here, you can actually jump down here. And in this area will be your jabbers you're looking for. 2 unique jabbers, and they tend to drop static charges. The static charge with stone prefix is obviously going to be one of the best you can get a hold on. You will burn ammo with the Revolter because you fire faster. So another one for mobbing and not bossing that's really good is the Cut Per static charge. You still get the 50% shock, and while you lose that initial damage bonus from the stone prefix, you will never run out of ammo. Your Face Puncher counts as a melee attack, and it's going to be ×7 or ×14. It comes in both. Either way, with every time you hit something with it, you're going to get back a significant amount of ammo, 11%. That means that with this ×7, you and all your allies, this is one Blood Axe loves when he's running his rocket launchers, because I'll tell him to go crazy, and he'll start firing his rocket launchers like the world's gonna end, which honestly it looks like it is when he's doing it, because he's getting 77% of his ammo back, but he's actually getting more than that. The static charge electric shots going off are also giving it back, so you're gonna fill your gun to full every hit. So this is the infinite build. This is the Pray and Spray Face Puncher variant, because with Flak, you can boost your fire rate with certain skills. The Revolter boosts it, and with this, you don't even aim, you're just firing into the crowd. Electricity's firing off from the static charge and chaining the enemies everywhere, and everyone's ammo is topped off. Great for mobbing. I do it sometimes in the early parts of the Guardian Shoot Takedown, but when it's time for the hardcore, like the crystals, I switch back to this high damage static charge. Now, showing here, I tend to run this. This is actually my preferred Face Puncher. I like the action skill in melee damage increase because of the full extra 100% damage. and you're only doing 3 shots. We're running 3-shot fade out, which I'm going to show you in a minute how that's going to run. And that way I trigger my action skill, I fire 3 powerful shots with the revolter bonus, and because the revolter lasts for full 15 seconds, I then have 10 seconds of melee damage, and I still have revolter, and I'm at ×5. This blows everything away. This still allows you, this can be used to go through Hemovorous, and it's almost mandatory for takedown for our preferred psychotic difficulty level of true takedown, Guardian takedown. I solo Guardian takedown, I run Guardian takedown with Blood Axe on true takedown, and I normally run this build or a Monarch. And honestly, this is better than my Monarch build because I have to stop and switch over to get ammo back with my cut purse launch pad, which I'm not even carrying at the moment because I'm not running a Monarch build. But, and this is the Ghost Call. We'll give you a little peek there. Yura, your eyes aren't deceiving you. That is an anointed Ghost Call, a legitimately dropped anointed Ghost Call. Just throw that in there as a teaser. We'll talk about that later. But basically, we're going to show you now a test run. You've got to keep the stack bot equipped. You lose your stacks whenever you go down. So you want a melee stack bot because nothing's going to add more damage to the face puncher than a straight melee. But it is also a gun, which means it benefits from a weapon damage. The only thing is that because the face puncher doesn't count as criticals, while sometimes the static charge will give you stacks back from your red tree, as we know, the infamous head count with criticals and the Megavore, it's hard sometimes. You sometimes get stuck out of fade out waiting for it to cool down. So what I've been trying to do is get a god roll of a melee weapon with action skill cooldown. I have others that have action skill cooldown, but they're not equipped at the moment because they don't have melee. So that's really what you're going to want to keep an eye out for. If you can get melee and action skill cooldown, you'll have an easier time getting back in. Remember that when you go down, you will lose your stacks, but it's just a matter of jumping up, using whatever sticky shotgun you have to get several stacks back. Because of the way it works, you will usually be able to go right back into fade out and get it going again. I'll actually show that to you here. Well, if I use, actually I'll kill everything if I use that. Like while I've got the stacks, it affects every gun. So my shotgun will actually insta-kill enemies too. But we're gonna show you a quick look at what happens when you've got this up. I'm gonna not even activate action skill. We're just gonna shoot normal face punch shots. And dead. Everything I'm shooting is dying immediately. We only play on Mayhem 10. We actually do not play on Mayhem 11. We don't like losing the experience and drop rate. And also, we've been playing with the modifiers that we don't need easy mode. You know, we're like, me and Blood Axe are like, we play straight Mayhem 10. We're gonna go ahead and trigger it. Look at that fire rate. That's what my fire rate's like with Volter up. And as you can see, everything's dying. If I had my cut purse on, I wouldn't even be losing ammo. But it is, everything dies immediately. As long as I'm not damaged, I'm gonna get fade out almost the second it goes down because of my Guardian rank. But everything is completely dying immediately.
I like your enthusiasm,
even in Guardian takedown, it's gonna drop. Coolest part about this, like I said, it's real simple. I don't even bother with this. While Frenzy is really good and it benefits from big game, the truth is, it's a face puncher, it's a slow reload, so I go for the reload. I go ahead and go over here and grab my full reload. I grab my critical reload, because with the Revolter, you will empty the gun very fast. And you're doing so much damage that you're not going to miss the Frenzy 40%, not even against Hemovorous. And we're going to show you Jackpot since he's our stackbot farm. We'll go ahead and give you a peek at what it looks like when you go at him with the merciless build we're running. But this is when things are in doubt, this is the build I run because it'll get me through whatever content comes my way without a problem. Now, I also like the Monarch, and honestly, I think the Monarch's a little bit fun because of it's just the sheer amount of bullets, but this build's efficiency is unrivaled. By the way, little thing a lot of people miss, when you're going to fight Jackpot, there will sometimes be a Iridium box up here instead of in the loot room downstairs. if you are running anything that increases your melee damage, like a static charge or a cut purse or a cryo stone, you get way more iridium out of these. I normally get about 30 iridium from this, and I mean 30 per hit. So it's not odd for me to sit up there and walk away with 60 iridium almost from hitting that box. So you're trying to build your iridium up and you're doing this, make sure that you keep an eye out for that box. I don't need loot. There's nothing in any box that's ever going to benefit me, but I want that iridium off of it. Alright? Down. Now here's a special thing about this farm. If I was really wanting to make this easy, I would have let Jackpot walk to the middle of the stage. The reason why is because the static charge of electricity that bounces off the enemy will trigger while Jack is down, even while he's down. I'm going to show it to you now that he's standing there. When the enemies spawn in around him, there's going to be 4 enemies. I can shoot Jack and it will chain electricity to all the enemies within range of him, even though he's invincible right now. So use your static charge. Don't even worry about the enemies popping in. Just shoot Jack. Boom. Saw that chain bouncing off. And now we're done. Jackpot's dead. This is not some fancy skill build like those people you see to do videos and you say, I can't do what you did. I'm not getting the damage. My build does not require mastery of the game. It's straight up. This build will work for you. You will get the same damage I'm getting. There's no special talent required. Oh, look at that. Looks like we got a, I thought that was a Torg shotgun. I was going to show you some of the other shotguns. We look through here. Now, this is a rare time I didn't get a stack bot, but this is literally the exception. You get stack bots often. Last thing when you're doing this run is, again, you want Iridium because Iridium lets you re-roll your content on Director's Cut. So you want to check to make sure there isn't an Iridium box. Iridium box can spawn here, down there. Those are the 2 locations where you can actually find it. The little tubes don't seem to get the same multiplier that the boxes do, or shards that you punch for having a melee artifact on. But that's the main thing we wanted to run you through. BloodX has been telling me I need to show y'all my Fl4k build since I've been running this one for a while, and it allows me to clear the game's hardest content solo. And like I said, the best thing about it is that the face puncher is a very common drop, but I'll show you where it goes as well. You can snag the face puncher on Eden 6. Now I don't have the exact, let's see if I can get this in my head where it is on the map. Well, the easiest thing to actually say is you're going to teleport to Reliance. And you go across from Reliance because you ride the log ride all the way over to where they were imprisoning the gunsmith. This is really easy to do because once you get to Reliance and you jump out and you go to the log ride, it's going to take you straight to the location. Like I said, I don't have it exactly here because it's a weird little off spot. Because you end up actually going from Alliance, and it's either I really want to say that it's over here because it's a pretty high location you got to go from. That looks like that's it, and I think you ride it all the way over to here, and you basically ride across the map, get to the prison, jump down, and you fight Mudflap. There's going to be Mudflap and Turkey Tim. Mudflap is the anointed, and he drops the face puncher. You can also search Ludelmon and get locations on where you can find it if you want a more direct. But I really want to say that that's it right there. That looks like it. Yeah, that is, because that little area, your respawn point's up here. Once you ride the log ride to here, you just go kill the anointed turnkey, the Mudflap. See if he drops a face puncher. If he doesn't, you can go out and go back in. It will respawn you right here, and you can keep doing it so you don't have to ride the log ride again. And you can keep farming until you get a face puncher. Try to get a times 7 or times 14 based on your preference. I like times 14. Then you can go to Sanctuary and re-roll the anoints till you get the one you prefer. Some people like consecutive hits. I don't even know if consecutive hits work with the face puncher due to it counting as a melee attack. Maybe it does, but there's also 200%, which you see I also have. And there is Urad. If you're more of a Urad player, you can always get your front loader or a deathless. You could get a Cryostone or Firestone Deathless and run a Urad and Revolter build. You won't get the group damage of the lines bouncing off, but you'll get enemies exploding from radiation, so, you know, that might be your preferred method. But the main thing is build stacks, stay up. If you go down, jump up, build the stacks again. If you don't have a good shotgun, torque shotgun, that's at least a times 10. At least it's times 10 or 12. If you hit all the stickies and you can get off at least 3 shots, you can fire all 3 shots and fade out, trigger the explosions, and you'll get all those criticals. And in that case, you'd get 36 sticky hits, 36 explosions for a big 72 criticals. You're almost full. You'll get the 36 criticals you get from triggering explosion will put you back in the fade out and let you go back in and, you know, do fade out again and get the rest of your criticals. Then you're charged up. It is reasonable. What I like about it is it doesn't feel like an exploit because you lose your stacks when you go down, just like with the Lucky 7 and some other guns. So you have to stay up. You've got to keep your item on, you know, and you've got to use the face puncher. The second you shoot them with anything else, you will lose all of your stacks and you have to stack them back up. But if you can maintain it, you will do a lot of damage. And I mean, clearly they didn't have too much of a problem with it because they just nerfed the face puncher, but they did not remove the actual ability to stack those stacks. Little side note from Q to you, if you have the arms race, go get yourself a Clockwork Res if you're a Flak player. I don't know why I don't see this on more people, but the Clockwork Res is possibly the most powerful solo play accessory that Flak could ever get. The reason why is that, as many people do, we run Lick the Wounds. Your pet can get you up. Well, especially when you go into true takedown Guardian, but also sometimes in a Mal wants you take down, or sometimes just because the game hates you, your pet will go down and you have no idea what the heck happened. Your pet will be fully healthy, he'll go down. He has a weird tendency to go down when you're down, but that could be because sometimes you're running a blue tree and you may be putting damage on your pet here, but or explosive barrels. The res allows you to res an ally when you shoot them with the gun, and it has a blast radius, so just shoot at their feet. The cool thing about the res is that this works on your pet. So if you go down and your pet's down, I've many times survived solely because me and my pet both went down. I crawled over to my pet, shot him with the res, he got up and he got me up. In fact, it actually allows you to even mess with anathema. Sometimes, depending on my move, I won't even dodge anathemas. In the guarding takedowns radiation, when I'm down to the last few waves, I'll just stand there in her face and let her down, me and my pet, and then just get my pet up, get up, and continue killing her. Because, you know, last couple of bars, who cares? And you can literally do that. You can just stand there and just go, she goes, boom, you're down, your pet's down, you just get your pet right back up. Obviously, don't do this so close back to back that your cooldown gets too fast, but you can literally just ignore the last couple of explosions if you feel like it, because you're almost unkillable if you're standing next to your pet, if you're close enough, because you can just res your pet. The only way you're going to die once you have the clockwork in this situation is if your timer's so fast that you don't have time to get your pet up. But the ability to raise your pet when you're down and your pet's also down is very helpful. If you run Blue Tree Fury builds, it's very important to have your pet up to keep the damage bonus. You know, these 2 bonuses. So you also want the res so you can get your pet back in the action. If you've got a good eye, you can res your pet from across the screen. So it's very useful. Do be aware it costs 4 ammo to shoot, so you got to reload in between shots, so don't miss. If you haven't boosted your ammo, I have almost died a few times because for some reason, I'm a terrible shot with the res. That's why I've just taken and just standing on top of my pet and shooting it in the forehead. But all right then, that is the build for Face Puncher Flak with a couple of extra pieces of advice on there just to let you know how Q plays the game. And if you want more, just comment below and Blood Axe will poke me with a sharp stick until I get out here and make some more videos. Because I am like a bear, he's got to like raise me out of my number crunching and build playing around with to get me to do these. All right, we hope you enjoy.
Thank you for watching the video. We hope you found the content helpful. If you did so, please hit the thumbs up as it helps spread the channel for other viewers. As always, you can watch Dicejunkies live on Twitch at 3:30 Central Standard Time on Sundays. We also stream gaming content on Twitch throughout the week, so be sure to subscribe there as well. If you can, please go ahead, like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you're up to date on all the Dicejunkies content. As always, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoy. They fucked my tomatoes up.
That's what you can do when you have a reputation, but nobody trusts Disney. Did Disney tell you something, you're going to immediately go, let me go check that. Like, or I'm sorry, I shouldn't say them in particular. Large corporations that have not fostered a trustworthy reputation, you don't immediately believe what they say. They don't have your trust. You doubt them, you double check them. When a movie comes out from these big companies, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, you were going to be quick. Remember, I just wanted to remind you.
Yeah, I'm done.